Okay, so with the release of the Quest 3 slated to come out later this year, there was an announcement alongside that as well that the Quest 2 would be taking a price drop. Now with this price drop, it allows more people the opportunity to potentially delve into the world of VR, most for the very first time. But before you make that decision, we're gonna go ahead and see, is the Quest 2 still worth it in 2023? Let's find out. Welcome to DupeTube, a place where you can get the best bang for your buck by shopping the best affordable alternatives. Let's go ahead and take a look. So what do I personally use my headset for? I use my headset for two main things, and that's immersive experiences and gaming with my friends. And now as far as gaming, the games that I do play are mainly Beat Saber. I play a lot of walkabout mini golf with my friends. We play Demeo for quite a few hours as well. I do play a lot of PokerStars VR with my buddies too. I'll be watching films in the big screen movie theater, but I also enjoy solo experiences such as Moss and The Climb. Now here's something that I definitely want to warn you guys about. Be wary of motion sickness and VR. I made this mistake in the beginning by delving right into a VR racing game the moment I got my Quest because I was curious to see how it looks, not knowing that motion sickness was something that I had to adapt to. I'm one of those very unfortunate cases to where I actually puked within the first 30 minutes of playing VR, not realizing that there was a motion sickness aspect to it, and my brain actually had to take a couple months to comfortably adapt to that. And so a pretty cool feature I did want to talk about when it comes to the Quest 2 is not only is it capable of standalone VR, so you can use it wirelessly without plugging it into any sort of PC, but if you wanted to, you actually could as well using Oculus Link, which allows you to play your Steam VR library too. So I thought that was really cool, the fact that it can even do both. Now what's the current performance like in 2023, now that this device is almost 3 years old? Well, let me go ahead and tell you, as long as you keep your software up to date, you shouldn't have too many hiccups. I haven't had anything really bad that I need to write home about when it comes to the performance. If anything, there was very rare occasions where I actually had to reset my entire headset or just restart the app that I was playing. Other than that, there's nothing really notable when it came to my experience that was awful. And so when it comes to performance alone, I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10. Now let's go ahead and talk about battery life. So if you actually go ahead and Google the battery life of this device, it'll tell you that it lasts about anywhere from 2 to 3 hours. And in my experience, that's pretty much correct. When I'm playing golf with my buddies, or we're in Demeo or playing PokerStars, I last about 2 to 3 hours depending on the game. Now, that might not be pretty big if you look at the grand scheme of things, but I'll tell you what, this actually for me acts as a blessing in disguise, because once I hit the 2 to 3 hour mark in the metaverse, I noticed that if this thing dies and I have to take it off of my head, I don't necessarily know how healthy it is to keep the headset on for any longer than 2 to 3 hours. So for me, that's why I said it was a blessing in disguise. I don't think I would personally want to keep an entertainment device strapped to my head for longer than 2 to 3 hours. So at least for me personally, 2 to 3 hours is the sweet spot. I wouldn't want to go any longer than that anyways. Okay, so let's talk about some accessories. Now, while the standalone Oculus itself did take a price dip, that is not going to be the only thing you spend money on. I can almost guarantee that. I've had my multitude of accessories that I had to buy alongside this just for ease of use and for quality of life. So I'll go ahead and dive into those. So the number one accessory that I can recommend is the head strap by Kiwi Design. I'm just gonna tell you straight up right now, the flimsy head strap that comes with the Quest 2 is not doing it for me. There was too much of a head weight imbalance leaning towards the front side, which really gave the frontal parts of my head a lot of headaches. But if I just balance that weight out so it could be a little bit more straight and not so front heavy, it would have really helped my headaches, and that's what the Kiwi Design did. You see, it's built in a way to where it does balance out so the head strap sits a little bit more straight as opposed to a little bit more frontal heavy like the one that comes natively with the Quest 2. Now, the second accessory that I did want to talk about is the Anchor charging station. Now, you see, the controllers that come with it do not come with rechargeable batteries. They just come with regular batteries that you're going to have to replace every time that it runs out. The only thing that's rechargeable is the actual headset unit itself. So with that being said, I did find a solution with Anker's charging station, because what they did was provide rechargeable batteries that I could put into my controllers, and then I set the controllers onto the charging station along with the headset as well to give it a really nice consolidated experience. And then the last accessory I wanted to talk about was, while you may not see it right now because I'm not wearing them, I am a prescription glasses wearer, so when I put my glasses on, I would have to put the headset on top of that too. There was no way to adjust my visibility just with the headset alone, so I'd have to keep my glasses on. Now, I did find a cool website called Real Optics that does really affordable prescription lenses that just click on to the magnetic sides of the inner lenses of the Oculus Quest. And with that, it really reduced the head strain, because I did have some temple strain here, as well as it gave me headaches because I had to wear my glasses on top of my Quest. This frees me essentially from having to wear my glasses, and I can just comfortably wear my Oculus Quest, and it feels so much better for it. I like Real Optics as well, because comparing them to the competition, they're not as pricey as the others, but I feel like the quality is on par. And with all these accessories, just to make your guys' lives easier, I'm gonna go ahead and put all of these accessories down below in the description for you to access. And that's really it, guys. So my overall thoughts: would I recommend the Quest 2 in 2023, almost 3 years later after its initial release date? My answer is absolutely yes. The price has gone down, but it does give you a little bit more wiggle room to go ahead and purchase the accessories and the experiences when it comes to games and the immersive products that they have inside their store, so you can have a more full-on experience. You guys let me know down in the comments, are you going to get the Quest 2 still in 2023, or are you going to wait for the Quest 3 to come out later this year at a little bit more of a higher price point? Be sure to like and subscribe as well, as our main focus in this channel is to get you guys to save as much money as you can in every which way that you can. Until then, we'll see you later. Take care of yourselves. All right.